Sears, Roebuck and Company of Chicago, Illinois, was looking for new ways to make money. Julius Rosenwald, president of Sears, knew that homeowners both needed and purchased more merchandise than non-homeowners. By helping more Americans to obtain the American dream of homeownership, Sears would be creating a new market for the 100,000 items in their catalog. Sears catalog homes helped the working classes to begin to live in modern comfort and to expect a better life while expanding the Chicago and other Illinois suburbs. Eventually, Sears modern homes helped pave the way for the tract housing that makes up most of the suburbs today. While other American companies made kit homes, including Aladdin and Montgomery Ward, Sears was the #1 home seller because 1 out of every 4 Americans were already buying from Sears catalogs. In 1900, businesses started moving to the suburbs because their workers suddenly had a way to get there: cars. In 1900, there were 8,000 cars registered in the United States. In 1910, 46,000 cars were registered. That is a 500% increase. In Illinois, the Elgin Watch Factory employed thousands until it closed in the mid-1950s. Interestingly, 1 in 4 Elgin Watch Factory employees owned a Sears modern home. Today, Elgin, a suburb of Chicago, has the largest known collection of Sears modern homes in the country. Another company whose employees owned Sears modern homes was Standard Oil. In 1918, Standard Oil made Sears modern homes mail order history by placing the largest order of kit homes ever. They ordered 192 Sears homes for $1 million and had them shipped to Carlinville, Illinois, because they wanted to provide houses for their workers to buy to make it easy for them to move and work in Standard Oil's coal mine. Hundreds of other companies were taking advantage of the new roads that supported the exploding car industry and moved out of Chicago. The Chicago suburbs began to grow quickly, and the people moving there needed homes. In 1900, young working-class families did not usually own their own houses. Some paid rent, but 100 years ago, most young families lived with several generations of their relatives in one house, while others rented rooms in boarding houses. These homes did not have a lot of the things that nearly all homes have today. Many didn't have plumbing, including bathrooms, because they were not connected to municipal water systems. Others didn't have electricity and were lit with gas. And most didn't have central heating and were not built with modern standards that included watertight roofs, walls, and floors. Of course, many of these young families wanted to own homes of their own, but getting a house was out of reach financially because mortgages or loans to buy a house were rare, and buying a house meant paying in cash. In 1911, Sears started selling pre-cut homes in which the framing and the trim were already cut, and the doors, cabinets, and shelves were already built before they even reached the building site. Pre-cut parts saved both time and money on construction, which made Sears homes cheaper than regular built homes. The first page of the 1913 Sears Modern Homes catalog says, "Stop paying rent. Quit building castles in the air. Build a real castle, a home of your own." In the 1913 catalog, homes ranged from house number 142, which cost $298 and had 2 bedrooms, a kitchen, and a living room, to house number 154, a 2-family house that cost $2,702 and had 2 kitchens, 2 bathrooms, 2 dining rooms, and 2 parlors. Few of these houses included a bathroom, but buyers could buy a bathroom for as little as $38.50. Catalog also offered heaters, furnaces, and special finishes that could make a house even better. These modern homes were hard to catch on fire, didn't leak, and included modern amenities like electricity and garages. In 1911, Sears also began offering mortgages, which made buying houses possible for a lot more families. However, mortgages, like the house prices, did not cover the land or the foundation, just the house. After an order for a Sears home was placed, all of the pieces would come in a boxcar. Buyers got around 12,000 pieces, along with blueprints. These pieces included as many as 25 doors, 750 pounds of nails, 27 gallons of paint and varnish, 400 feet of sash cord, 72 window weights, 200 feet of galvanized gutters, 325 feet of crown molding, 240 balusters, 36 risers, 37 treads, 6 dozen coat hooks, 10 pounds of wood putty, and 1 doorbell. In 1918, Sears had already sold 25,000 houses. Catalog prices typically included only the building materials, cost of the finished house, including the lot, the foundation, and construction labor was about double the catalog price. Although Sears claimed you would save 50% on the cost of a regular house, most buyers probably saved about 25% over conventional homes. In 1919, average income in the United States was $15,500 per year, which made Sears homes affordable to many. Even though in the 1922 catalog it said, "You only need a hammer and nails to put up the framework of your house," 50% of the people who ordered Sears modern homes hired builders to build their houses. The other half built the houses themselves. Fortunately for Sears and other kit home companies, more houses were needed badly. When World War I ended in 1918, housing analysts estimated that 1 to 2 million homes were needed immediately, not just for returning soldiers, but for the constant flood of immigrants pouring in through Ellis Island. This growth extended to Illinois as well, where the population grew from 4.8 million in 1900 to nearly 6.5 million 20 years later. The 1926 Sears Modern Homes catalog showed the interiors of the houses and the placement of furniture, lights, radios, and other accessories that buyers could get from Sears to make their homes perfect. Other kit home companies offered houses and mortgages, but Sears offered the working classes a way to fully change the way they lived. The catalogs of the 1920s had more house models than those from the teens. Bathrooms were no longer extra, and every model had one. By the 20s, the catalog had a greater variety of prices for houses. In 1926, the prices ranged from $629 for the Selby, which had 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom, to $4,472 for the Lexington, which had 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 2 balconies, a sunroom, a dining porch, and a reception hall. Average income in the U.S. in 1924 was $14,500, which still made Sears homes affordable. On the very first page of the 1926 catalog are the words, "Small monthly payments." On that same page it also says, payments are from $15 to $75 per month. Sears was also selling the idea that the suburbs were the best place to live with phrases like, "Give the kitties a chance," "Get close to nature," "Have real friends and neighbors." In 1931, 57,000 Sears modern homes had been sold. In the 1930 catalog, easy payment mortgages are still being heavily promoted, but because of the Great Depression, Sears put up monthly payments, not full prices, in the catalog to ease buyers' minds. Fewer houses were in the 1930 Sears Modern Homes catalogs, and most of them were small. Average income in the U.S. was falling in the 1930s, and by 1934 it had dropped to $14,000. The Great Depression had also caused housing starts in the U.S. to drop 53%. Fortune magazine stated that the sales of Sears homes decreased 40% in 1932, and the Modern Homes department had taken a loss of $1.15 million for the year. Sears had 862 homes with $3,539,721 in defaulted mortgages. Sears Modern Homes department closed in 1934 because of defaulted mortgages and reopened in 1935, offering only houses, no mortgages. The department closed once and for all in 1940. Pre-cut houses thrived until after World War II, when tract housing construction methods meant that pre-cut housing companies could no longer compete. With millions of soldiers returning from the war and needing houses, developers bought large tracts of land in the suburbs and built hundreds of houses at once, instead of one at a time. These developers knew that their houses would sell, since the working classes, even young families, expected to live in modern comfort. Sears Modern Homes helped to expand the Illinois suburbs and helped thousands to achieve the American dream of homeownership.